think this song is appropriate for right now. So I'm going to have you sing this with me. Let me sing it a few times. You can get it. It's what it's about, what my talk is about today. That we can change the world one heart at a time. And we can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, and you're a part of me. So that's the whole thing right there if you want to sing that. We can change the world one heart at a time, one heart at a time. And we can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I see you, I know you, I know you, you're a part of me, you're a part of me. Let's do that again. And we can change the world, we can change the world, one heart at a time, one heart at a time. And we can change the world, we can change the world, one heart at a time, one heart at a time. I see you, I see you, I know you, I know you, you're a part of me. And my heart is open to love. And my heart is ready to love you. So sing with me now. You can change. You can change the world. You can change the one heart at a time. One heart. And you can change the world. You can change the one heart at a time. One heart. I see you. I see you. I see you. I know you. I know you. You're a part of me. All right, now here's the big part of this song. I can change the world. I can change the one heart at a time. One heart. And I can change the world. I can change the one heart at a time. One heart. I see you. I see you. I see you. I know you. I know you. You're a part of me. And my heart is open to love. Oh, my heart is ready to love each of you. And we can change the world one heart at a time. And we can change the world. We can change one heart at a time now. We need it, we can change. We can change. Change the world one heart, one heart, one heart, one heart at a time. We can change. One heart at a time. One heart. But it starts with me right here, right now. Putting my hand out to someone. One heart, one heart, one heart. One heart at a time. Heart at a time. One heart. So do me a favor right now. Put your hand, your right hand on your heart. And I want you to put it in gallery view if you can, if you know how to do that, so that you're looking at all these beautiful people on the screen. And put your left hand to the screen, and I want you to sing this. From my heart to your heart, I give you my love. From my heart to your heart, I give you my love. That's the whole thing. From my heart to your heart, I give you my love. From my heart to your heart, I give you my love. From my heart to your heart, I give you my love. From my heart to your heart, I give you. Now look around. Just sing right to somebody. They might be singing right back to you. From my heart to your heart, I give you my love. From my heart to your heart, I give you my love. From my heart, pick someone else, to your heart, I give you my love. From my heart to your heart, I give you my love. Put both hands to the screen now. From my heart to your heart, I give you my love. From my heart to your heart, I give you my love. Now let me ask you a question. You can put your hands down. When you were doing that, first of all, how did that make you feel right there? You can even write that in the chat or just say it out loud. How did you feel right then? Just doing that, looking at our little hearts going up. I love those. How did it make you feel? So did you look at any of these little sweet faces and think, gee, I wonder what political party they're with. I wonder who they're voting for. Did you do any of that? No. You just saw sweet little faces. That's why I love, whenever I'm at a retreat, I always sing, you are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. When we see the face of God, we're not thinking about who are they, what do they vote for, what's their race, what's their sexual orientation, what's this, what's that. You just see their sweet little face. You look in their eyes. That's why with that last song, from my heart to, I see you, I know you, because you are a part of me. No matter where we are in this world, age-wise, whatever, we all go through similar feelings of being loved, of being wanting to be loved, of caring, of kindness, of being hurt, of having anger. We all have all these different emotions. But when you say, from my heart to your heart, I'm going to give you my love, that to me is what we need in this world right now, with all that's going on with the political stuff in the world. Because to me, it feels like when I allow myself to have my heart, first thing in the morning, to get in touch with my heart, what does my heart have to say today? And come from this loving place every single day, letting that just be my spiritual practice. That could be the only spiritual practice I have. Done. No more books to read, no more workshops to go to. All I want to do is be love. That's it. I mean, what if your New Year's resolution every year is just, I just want to give more love, period. And if you think of it that way, when you think of that you just want to be love, you want to be this love being in the world, just showing love to everybody, that's how we heal the world. So David, show that little slide if you would, because I just love this slide. This really exemplifies exactly what I'm talking about. Is that when you get in touch with your heart, look at this. And all these people, look at the faces of them. They're all going, who are you? What are you doing? You're weird. But you affect one person, then you affect two people. And look at how the little beings are just starting to smile, and the other ones are going, I don't know. This one guy over here still has got his hands crossed, his back is to the lights. But then look at the last group. That one person affected all those people. And that's what I say. This is how your light can change the world. And we have no idea. We have no idea. Thank you, David. You know, there's a great little sign that I saw at a coffee shop that just said, be kind to everybody today, because you have no idea. The person standing next to you in line at the coffee place, you have no idea what they're going through. So just be kind, because, your one little saying to them of going, hey, how you doing today, could completely affect how they feel. You have no idea. So to me, that's really what I want to talk about today, is how the smallest act we have, what the smallest act we can do is going to affect the world. So I learned something, a few different things that as I was putting together this talk, and I found out in the Native American teachings, there is this concept, this figure that is called Grandmother Spider Woman. And what Grandmother Spider Woman is all about is that she is always with us, and she's always weaving webs in between each of us. And, you're going to slide number 2. Okay, you could put that up. And so she's weaving webs. So this is what she can look like. But what she does, those webs that she's making, what they talk about in the Navajo teaching is that it's an invisible web of connection between all of us. And it comes from my heart to your heart. That's good, David. Thank you. And what they believe in this tradition is that when there is a crisis, Grandmother Spider Woman's, all of her little webs become visible. She's always making these webs between each of us. But when there's a crisis, when something goes on, they believe that all of a sudden that's when her web becomes visible. And that's when you see people saying, do you need something? Can I bring you food? What do you need? I mean, when you've seen people going through like tornadoes or whatever in Ohio or Missouri or whatever, and you just see people all being out on the streets, what can I do for you? How can I help you? That's what she's all about. And then I learned another thing, which I think is just so fabulous. In the Jewish tradition, there is a word called tikkun olam. Has anyone ever heard of that before? Tikkun olam. And what this refers to is it's various forms of action intended to repair and improve the world. So this is a way of life. People live in tikkun olam. What they talk about, what someone explained to me, is that it's a way of being, that you are always looking. Your day starts with, what is mine to do? How can I improve the world today? And people live in that way. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, instead of going, what's my day going to be all about, and how can I make my day better? It's all about, what can I do for the world today? And starting from that place constantly. So I wrote a song years ago called "What Is Mine to Do," and I thought with this election and all that's going on in the world, it's a little wacky, isn't it? A little bit wacky in the world. I just thought, well, what is mine to do? And I kept asking myself that question. And that's when I learned about the tikkun olam, because I was saying this to a friend. What is mine to do? I just feel completely overwhelmed. I mean, I have one friend who is completely obsessed with writing postcards. Do you know about people who are doing this, that they're writing postcards to people, just encouraging them to vote? So we're not getting political here today. It's just voting. It's just, that's what they're called to do. And so I decided that when I asked myself this question, what is mine to do? I just kept asking over and over, how can I live in that tikkun olam place and say, what is something that I could do that could possibly move someone to feel better, or move them to vote, or move them to a place of calm? And so I came up with a little idea that I will share with you right now, that I'm going to be doing a 6-week free Zoom sing-along. I've invited all these New Thought artists. All the main New Thought artists that you know of, that you like, are probably going to be on with me. It's going to be just 1 hour. I've even got people like Joan Borisenko coming and doing a prayer, and different ministers doing prayers. But it's going to be 1 hour of just calm and just being in community with each other through this time, and really being that first little picture I showed, that we could just be that one little heart light that could spread out. And maybe after these calls, you'll feel that, and you'll just be out in the world spreading that light. So I'm calling it, I Vote for Blank. So it's going to be every week is a different theme. I vote for love. I vote for compassion. I vote for harmony, whatever it's going to be. So I've got Eddie Watkins and Gary Lynn Floyd and just a bunch of people. So just if you go to my website, all the information will be there. But that was what I was called to do. And it's going to start on October 7th through November 11th. So I hope you will join us. It's a free sing-along. And, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. I say this in all of my talks, that it all comes down to choice. It all comes down to who you're going to listen to. You're going to listen to the news media that's going, everything's, or do you listen to your heart? And to me, when we listen to our hearts and we think of it one heart at a time, one person at a time that I can touch, that's what it's about. And, it's not easy. There's always demands on our time and our finances, and our mind is always just going, But I found a quote that I love. And this quote says, "And every single day, the world will drag you by the hand yelling, this is important, and this is important, and this is important. You need to worry about this, and this, and this." And each day, it's up to you to yank your hand back, put it on your heart, and say, no, this is important. This is important. So I ask you right now, what right now is important to you? What is important in your life? What is a priority in your life? Is peace a priority? Is love a priority? Is self-care a priority? For me, it's peace. I want to feel peace through all this. And so what I'm doing is every day, I'm really allowing myself to just pray and come from that place of empowering myself, noticing what I get triggered with, and praying and breathing through it. So some of the first thing to me is being present to how you're feeling. Present every morning. What does my heart have to say? What are you feeling? And then asking, how can I be a light in this world today? Or think of what is a term you could use? I mean, that to me, that says it to me. How can I live my love in the world? How can I show my love? What can I do? And again, it's the smallest thing. So, but it's also noticing your triggers. I think that's kind of important, because right now I think we're all getting triggered a bit with all the news and all the stuff and all the stuff that's going on in the world. And one of the things I love, my husband loves watching the news all the time. Makes me crazy. But it's what he does. He just feels like he just needs to know everything's going on. But what he did was he got to a new place in all of this, that he realized he was just really watching a lot, and he was addicted, because each of those shows goes into the next show that goes into the next show. Oh, here, if you watch this show, we're going to give you one more piece of information that the last show didn't give you. But he decided what he was going to do was, when he started to watch TV, after about every 15 minutes, a little bell would go off, and he'd put his hand on his heart and go, how am I feeling right now? Ha ha ha. How am I feeling right now? And he allowed himself this new way of watching the news. Or not news, but all those shows, all the shows that are talking about everything that's going on. And every 15 minutes to check in and say, is this lifting me up or bringing me down? Do I have a knot in my stomach, or am I feeling at peace? And asking those questions, it's so fabulous, because so often he's turning the set off at about either 30 or 15 or 30. Some days he goes all the way to the 30. But a few days he's gotten to 15 and went, nope, it's not helping me. And I realized, like last week, I got so triggered with, I don't know if any of you saw this, but at the Democratic convention, the little boy, Tim Walz's son, Gus, who was seen, the picture that went around the world so in that moment, he's crying. His dad is doing the speech, and he's going, that's my dad, that's my dad. And he's just so excited, and he's crying. And this shot, well, I think there was another shot with him even more, that you could see he was really crying. But this shot went, this little picture of him went viral. And thank you for that. And what was amazing to me was all the bullying that he got, that people were making fun of him and calling him a little weenie, and we don't want someone who's got a son that's like that. I mean, just terrible things about this kid. And when it came out that he has a learning disability, all of a sudden those bullies had to back down, because it's like, he has a learning disability, this is who he is. But what was amazing for me was how triggered I got and how angry I got. And so that went right against what I'm talking about. I want to be coming from love. Well, here I'm just going, those people, and they're just awful, and I'm just getting so triggered. And so it's learning new practices. I feel like we're in that place of radical self-care right now, of like, what is the thing you can do when that happens? And so I had to stop myself and see what I was doing and see that I was making them wrong, and just going through this whole, I mean, obviously, it's not making me feel better. And I had to stop and pray and just release it, pray for the people that bullied that little boy, and pray that something good would come from this, but allow myself to just feel it and let go of it. So the other thing I think that's so important is having connection to each other right now. Just having connection. One heart at a time means one person at a time that we can connect with, and having compassion for someone else's views, which I think is where I get a little triggered sometimes. But really having compassion, because we have no idea what anyone is going through, what their history is, how they were brought up, those views, those beliefs didn't just come from nowhere. They came from so much history. And so for me to realize that there are some of us that are living in two completely different realities, but it's based on our own belief systems and what we think. So David, why don't you show that little slide that I have here for showing this picture of what we're doing when we see things. So we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are, as our belief systems are. So look at how the one person is seeing the whole world blowing up, and the other person is seeing butterflies and happiness. And sometimes I feel like, well, why can't I just convert the person who's seeing the world going to hell? Why can't I make them come over to my world and see everything's happy and good? Well, maybe I can and maybe I can't, but the more I can see them as they are and love them as they are and not try to change them, that to me is another example of one heart at a time. And reaching out as much as I can, being vulnerable. Thank you, David. Do I have time for this? Yes. So I have... So one little story, I don't know if I ever told you the story before, but it's one of my favorite ones, of just allowing yourself to be vulnerable and seeing what it's like when you can observe life in a bigger way. So I was in the coveted A position at Southwest Airlines one day, and I love this little story, and I might have said this before, but it's just one of my favorites because it was really an example of coming from a place of, when I travel, of saying, I want to be present when I travel. I want to see what's going on around me. I don't want to be stuck in my phone, just looking at my phone. I want to see what's going on. And in this particular case, I was at the beginning of the line, and I saw a man bring his mother, who looked like she had dementia or something going on. And he brought her to the front of the line to pass her off in a way to the flight attendant, because it looked like he was going to leave her and she was going to take the flight alone. And I could see the worry on his face. I could just see that he was concerned. I mean, I've been there with my parents, and I remember just feeling like, oh, I just felt this compassion for him, like what that's like to just be in that place of caregiving. And he started to walk away, and he kept looking back to see if she was going to follow or how she was doing or whatever. But in that one of those moments, we caught eyes, we locked eyes, and I just kind of gave him a little sign like, "Oh, it's okay. I'll look out for her." And he went, "Oh, thank you." And so now we get to where we're going, and I'm walking up. I always call it a gangplank, but it's the jetway. I go to the end of the jetway, and she's just standing there looking really confused, like she doesn't know where to go in the airport. And so I come up to her and I say, "Hi there, my name's Karen, and I assume you're going to go meet someone here. I'll take you to see them if you want." And she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, Karen, you look fabulous. Have you lost weight?" And so I go, "Oh, yeah, great." So I walk her to the thing, and she's just chatting away with me, and we're just best friends now. And I now go and I see that now the other brother is at the other end, and he's looking really anxious, like, "Where's Mom?" And I kind of pass them off to each other, and she goes, "Oh, you're going to spend the weekend with us? We'd love to have you." And the guys looking at me like, "Who are you?" But I realize that's the example of one heart at a time, of just seeing that in that moment. I mean, actually, after all that kind of craziness, he just said, "Thank you so much. It really meant a lot to me that, you helped us out." And I realized that it was a totally selfish act on my behalf, because it made me feel better. It made me go to that belief system that I have, that it's up to me to see things, to act on it, to do something if I see something. Don't just get oblivious. If there's something I can do it. So the other thing, too, about this is that we have to be gentle with ourselves, because, first of all, being vulnerable and putting yourself out and being kind to someone and connecting heart to heart, sometimes that heart's not going to respond back. So what do? But to me, I wrote a song years ago called "Hold On to Love. I'm going to hold on to the truth. I'll look for the good and then praise it. I'll dance in the light, turn away from the dark, and hold on to love." And I realize that that's really my principle that I live by, is just to constantly put myself out there in that way of loving, even if it's not reciprocated, even if I get rejected. Just don't take it so personally, just move on. And here's what I know. Here's the main thing that I know, that we truly can make a difference in the smallest way, And, there is absolutely no act of kindness. Even I was talking about buying this woman a cup of coffee in Starbucks, and she just was freaking out, going, "Well, why are you doing this to me?" And finally, she's, after we had gone back and forth, she said, "Well, no one ever does this for me." And I just think it's like the smallest thing. So, so small that, like this, look at this. Can you see my little acorn? Look at how small this is, this little acorn. I picked this up on my walk today. So David, can you show that picture of what an acorn looks like when it's been loved and nurtured? That's what an acorn looks like when it's had some time to grow. So what about if we were to look at our love? Thank you, David. What if we were to look at our love like that acorn, that we have no idea where that love is going to transmit and how big it's going to go and the difference it's going to make. So one of my favorite little readings is this, that when I'm trying to remember the concept of no matter how small something is, it makes a difference. So one morning, a peaceful elderly man was walking along the beach, and a big storm had just passed, and the beach was littered with starfish as far as the eye could see. In the distance, he noticed a young woman picking the starfish up and throwing them back into the sea. As he approached her, he said, "Lady, well, why are you throwing all these starfish back into the sea?" And the woman replied, "When the sun gets high, unless I throw them back into the water, they're going to die." The man scanned the many miles of beach and said, "But there must be tens of thousands of starfish. Sending a few back into the water can't possibly make much of a difference. The woman knelt down, picked up another starfish, and threw it back into the ocean. Then she smiled at him and said, "It made a difference to that one." So I'm going to give you a brand new little song here that I just wrote, a little chant. I'm going to teach it to you. And this is what I think. I just really feel like my little talk today was really about our lights and shining our lights and rising up to the challenge, whether it's a small challenge of saying hello to someone in a line or the big challenge of what can you do in the world. But it goes like this. Rise up, shine your light, be a beacon in the dark of the night. It's up to you to shine bright. So shine, shine, shine. I'll sing it again. Rise up, shine your light, be a beacon in the dark of the night. It's up to you to shine bright. So shine, shine, shine. Here's the verse. No more playing it small, no more hiding my light. Everything is aligned, the time is just right to step into my power. Now is the hour for me to shine. Sing with me now. I'm gonna shine, rise up, shine my light, be a beacon in the dark of the night. It's up to me to shine bright. So shine, shine, shine. I'll do the verse one more time. No more playing it small, no more hiding my light. Everything is aligned, the time is just right to step into my power. Now is the hour for me to shine. Just rise up, shine my light. I'll be a beacon in the dark of the night. It's up to me to shine bright. So shine, shine, shine. How about let's all do this? Oh, I'll rise up, let's shine, shine our lights. We'll be beacons in the dark of night. It's up to us to shine bright. So let's shine, shine, shine. We've got to just shine, shine, shine. Oh, oh, shine, shine, shine. Let's rise up. Ow! So let's rise up, shine our lights. We need it more than ever. So thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you got something from this today.